Good morning, children. Let's discuss the question and answers of the story, The Midnight Visitor. The first question will begin with read and find out. The first question is, how is Ausable different from other secret agents? Or we can say it in other words, what qualities make Ausable a successful and intelligent secret agent? Or how is he different from other secret agents we've heard about? And how does he deal with Max? Or how does Ausable use his presence of mind to act smart as a secret agent? These have been the different languages of the questions that have been asked in CBSE board exams. This question is important because the story is based on particularly this question, that we must not always get attracted by the looks of a person. At times, the person doesn't look to be a doctor, teacher, a secret agent, or a master of something. He just looks to be a simple man with simple knowledge, but he is really brilliant, intelligent, and clever when things come out to really test his skills. Same is the case with Ausable. So the story, the theme of the story, the gist of the story is based on Ausable's character, who doesn't look like a secret agent when Fowler met him, but is really a very wise and intelligent secret agent. We should not always be guided by the looks. How is Ausable different from other secret agents? Ausable is different from other secret agents because he doesn't look to be tall, handsome, smart like other agents. He's rather fat. This is there in the part of the story. He did not fit any description of a secret agent. Okay, neither was he rich, nor was he smart. He was a fat person. He was not rich compared to other secret agents who live in bungalows. He had a small room in a very small hotel, and the room and the location and the way he lived, his way of living, everything was so common and so simple that he did not appear to us like James Bond, like Sherlock Holmes. So neither he was a stylish person, nor was he good looking, handsome, thin fellow, nor did he have any materialistic things like having a big bungalow, stylish rooms and all, or things being done in this way. He was a simple man, fat person, and you can say simple, fat, and was not seen doing any kind of adventurous activities, lived a boring kind of a life. So all these points you can add up in. These made Ausable different from other secret agents. But he was truly a very wise and intelligent secret agent. That can be how? How can you describe that? That will be a different question. So, next question. Who is Fowler and what is his first authentic thrill of the day? Fowler is a writer. Why did he come to meet Ausable? Because he had heard of a secret agents. He had heard of secret agents and wanted to meet one of them so as to write about them, their life, their way of living, their lifestyle, and adventures in their life. Okay, what was his first authentic thrill of the day? The first authentic thrill for Fowler of the day was when he entered Ausable's room. He found a man standing in front of Ausable with a gun in his hand, who wanted those important papers which Ausable had told Fowler he was going to receive tonight. Okay, next. Let's see the next part of the question. Yeah. How has Max got into the room? Max says that he got into the room using a passkey, that is a duplicate key. He clarified that. How does Ozible say he got in? But Ozible says that he knows that Max has got into the room through that nuisance of the balcony. The balcony whose way goes 2 floors down through those staircase or something, right? So he says you have got in through that balcony, which is actually not the balcony of his room, but to the room attached to this room, since both were together the part of the same room. It was a common room which was separated, right? Okay, now let's find out, why does Ozible create the story of this balcony? So, think about it. Ozible did not fit any description of a secret agent Fowler had ever read. What do secret agents in books and films look like, in your opinion? According to what we have seen in movies, TV serials, or James Bond movies, or Sherlock Holmes stories, they are smart, good looking, handsome, six abs men, kind of with their smartness and clever looks, they are able to impress us that they are wise. Then they have mysterious kind of talks. They are found with ladies, beautiful young ladies. That is what we have seen in the movies. They are smart. They are doing kind of smart tricks. This is what we have seen in books, films, and movies. Discuss in groups or in class some stories or movies featuring spies, detectives, secret agents, and compare their appearance with that of Ozible in the story. You may mention characters from fiction in languages other than English. When we find secret agents or police in movies, they are shown as very smart, very intelligent, wise tone. They speak a lot of heavy dialogues. All that is there in the mind. When Fowler met Ozible, was Ozible this kind of a person? Not at all. That is the reason Ozible did not fit any description of a secret. Nor smart. He was not handsome, good looking, or smart. He was fat, boring, lived in a kind of simple life. No kind of adventures were taking place, no such dialogues, no such kind of living. So this can be the reason that Fowler must have been disappointed to meet him at first. But later on, he found his authentic thrill of the day and got to know how intelligent and successful secret agent Ozible was. So have you watched? They are asking, you may mention characters from fiction in languages other than English. In English fiction, you may have come across Sherlock Holmes, Hercule Poirot, Miss Marple. Have you watched any movies featuring James Bond? That part of the answer you can write in your own words. They say compare their appearance with that of Ozible. So we can compare in this way. The points I have stated: looks, kind of living, activities done, and presence of mind in that way. How does Ozible manage to make Max believe that there is a balcony attached to his room? Look back at his detailed description of it. What makes it a convincing story? This is actually the presence of mind. You say, how did Ozible outwit Max with his presence of mind? The moment he saw Max, he thought of constructing this story without ever letting anybody know that he is making a false and a fake story about the balcony. Let's go to that paragraph where the answer is. Let me tell you where it is. Yeah, balcony. Yeah, this one is. I'm going to raise the devil with the management this time. This is the second time in a month that somebody has got into my new room through the nuisance of a balcony. So, how did he create? How did he make Max believe that there is a balcony attached to his room? He creates a detailed description of where his room is, the room. He says that this room used to be a part of another room. The balcony extends to the window of that room. This balcony, which extends to the window of his room, is not actually the balcony of his room. It is of that room, which was earlier a part of it. So, and says that through this balcony, anybody, 2 doors down, there is a door attached to this balcony, 2 floors down, anybody can enter into his balcony from there and can come into his room through the window. So, giving it a clue that if you get down into the balcony, you can escape through it, making a person believe there is a way not from the door side but from the window side, right? Making Max believe that there is a way downside from where you can escape if anything happens. And when the situation occurs that waiter has knocked he creates another false story of police there, that there is nobody else but police to have a check on whether I'm fine and no kind of mysterious activities are going on in my room. So he says that how does Ozible manage to make Max believe that there is a balcony attached to his room? By constructing a false story, and then you can tell the story. Okay, and then he has asked, look back, what makes it a convincing story? What makes it a convincing story? The fact that people have entered into his room with that confidence. He says, I'm going to raise the devil with the management this time, that somebody else had also entered. So these two things, that a thief also broke into my room through this balcony and today you have come, made Max believe that there is another way apart from the technique I used to enter his room to get into his room. Okay, so this makes it a convincing story. The fact that somebody else also had entered through it. Looking back at the story, when do you think Ozible thought up his plan for getting rid of Max? Do you think he had worked out his plan in detail right from the beginning? Or did he make up a plan taking advantage of the events as they happened? I guess Ozible managed to plan his events the way they were according to the timings at what time they were occurring. He had not made up his plan in advance because he did not know he's going to get or see this Max in his room the moment he opens. So did he make up a plan taking advantage of events? Yes. He made up his plan taking advantage of the events as they had happened. So if anybody enters your room, you get the first thing that you guess is maybe he has entered through the window. So looking at Max's intentions and trying to know actually from where he had entered, he made up this false story of a balcony which later on benefited him. So we can say that Ozible had not worked out the plan in the beginning, because we know that Fowler and Ozible entered the room and there was a shock for them to see Max already inside the room facing towards them with a pistol in his hand. So he thought he had already asked the waiter to come. So he made up a false story thinking of the events taking place around him, and constructed another false story of the police the moment he thought he was expecting the waiter only. So this was his presence of mind at the right moment to tackle the situation, to make someone believe of something which is not true, is actually so making somebody's mind to believe something which is not at all true and take advantage of that thing. So is actually the task or action of a very intelligent and wise secret agent. That was Ausable. In the story, Ausable shows great presence of mind or the ability to think quickly and act calmly and wisely in a situation of danger and surprise. Give examples from your own experience or narrate a story which shows someone's presence of mind. If by chance there is a knock at your door, okay, I'm discussing this question so as to explain you what we mean by presence of mind. Okay, the ability to think rightly at that moment. You children are very quick and wise in this, because you always have use your presence of mind, use your ability to think quickly when you have never done your homework. And I'm really being very honest in this, right? I've been asking, and we teachers have been asking your homework during this lockdown period also through mobiles and the way you are supplying us. So that's true. Now we say, have you ever seen anybody using that presence of mind? Suppose you open the door, children, okay? And when you have opened the door, you come to know that the person standing outside is not a sadhu, is not a sannyasi, is a thief. Or he may enter, come to know he's a cheat. That moment only you realize, what will you do next? Oh, you are a thief. Will you directly state that? Not at all. What will you do? Excuse me, let me bring you a glass of water or so. Excuse me, there is somebody there calling you, like that, so as to divert his mind, that he goes away from there, and you can close the door and run and call the police or your parents or somebody. This is calm, wise, and ability to think quickly. And very good example of this is the story If I Were You that you have read in class 9th. Remember the presence of mind that person uses. So this is it. Okay, now we shall be discussing in the next video the extra questions. Okay, thank you.